And we're live. Hello, welcome back, RomanPunks fans and randoms, to another stream. In these streams, entitled Bricks and Marble, we will work on project development live on Twitch. This time, we're going to be doing some character development. All sorts of things we will do on these streams, from character development to development on the sandbox game to world building and map building and just overall creating the RomanPunks universe. The RomanPunks universe is a cyberpunk derivative, Romanesque, retro-futuristic world, and it's comprised of 1,000 characters that are the baseline for all of the experiences and games that we're planning to make. So the one that we're working on now is called Carthage Rises, and it's actually being planned for the sandbox game. We actually have a vision for it. We have been working on the stories and the quests and the characters and all of the assets that will be part of this experience. So more of this will be shared when the time comes. But basically, Carthage Rises is an alternate 22nd century world where essentially the Roman Empire never fell, and on top of that, Carthage was never erased from history. So if anyone knows history a little bit about it, they'll know that basically the Romans destroyed Carthage, and there's the famous line, Carthage delendo est, the famous line uttered by Cato the Elder. Carthago delenda est means Carthage must be destroyed. Essentially, they realized that Carthage was too much of a threat. So Cato, basically, he was I believe he was a senator. He said, okay, we've got to take these guys out. So they went down and they basically erased them from history and spread salt on the land so that nothing could ever grow again. Blah 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 blah. But in our retro-futuristic world, Carthage still exists, and it has flourished and grown into basically like a Dubai. So, we've got a desert in modern-day Tunisia, actually, that's where it is. So we've got basically this desert oasis type of a place that is very well developed, but of course it's corrupt. And there are also it is also part of the Roman Empire. It's not an independent state. It's a vassal of the Roman Empire, the Roman Empire suzerain. So they basically are under the yoke of the Romans, and it's being run by a corrupt governor and his cronies. So basically the story of this experience in this game is there's an underground movement to overthrow the leadership of Carthage, as well as the emperor of Rome, who is there visiting. So in this world, in this 22nd century world, they've figured out how to clone effectively. And so what they've been doing is, for lack of leadership that they can trust, they've been bringing back old emperors and old figures from the past, cloning them and raising them to be current leaders. So in this case, we have Hannibal Barca, who is one of the great generals of Carthage. He's been brought back as a clone. And then we also have Caligula, who has been brought back as the Roman emperor. So we have these clone leaders, and then we have all sorts of characters that are under them. So today we're going to develop one of the characters. on the stream. So let's just go to our character list. So here we have a list of all of the characters that are part of this experience known as Carthage Rises. So here, this is for the sandbox. These are the rarities. This is basically the catalysts that we need to develop this experience. So, you know, you can see here we've got, okay, 2 legendaries, because we are going to have Bacchus, and we're going to have the Cyclops. And then the epics will be the leaders. So we've got Hannibal, Hamilcar, Caligula. And then we've also got rares. So there will be a battle arena. So there will be fighters in the arena. And then we've got uncommon and common. So the uncommon, we've got the one we're going to do today is the corrupt governor. So we're going to need to give the corrupt governor a name. We're going to have to write out his backstory a little bit, give him a tagline, and then we're going to have to go ahead and mint him and drop him on OpenSea as well as on Wax blockchain. And then just add that information onto our website so he can be referenced by anybody. So without any further ado, let's get started. You're going to see the process here that we use to create these characters, which can kind of shed some light onto, you know, what we do and how it works and what goes into creating every character. Now, one thing that is important to mention is that the characters have all been hand drawn already. They've all been minted. There are 1,000 of them, but not all of them have their stories built out and their names assigned to them, and that's what we're doing now. So we have all of the character pictures, we have all of the character information, we just need to expand on it. So today we're going to look at this guy here, RomanPunk 723. This dude, he is a patrician, so he's a high level in the community, and he is also a corrupt governor of Carthage, of Neo Carthage. So we're going to build out his character, and we're going to work on that. Yeah, so let's pull up RomanPunk 723. If we just type the number here, we'll get him. He comes up. Okay, so here he is. Got his traits, and he doesn't have a name, and he doesn't have a backstory. So we're going to have to work on that, and we'll show you how we do that and how we use the power of ChatGPT to do so. So yeah, we've got. Have to start a new one here, and then we'll be able to use ChatGPT to help us build out these characters. Great. Alright, so first let's get started by creating a new entry for him on our website. So we're going to open up the last character that we created on stream here, Nzor Nimrod, who's actually one of the underlings of this character. So Nzor Nimrod is one of the lieutenants of the governor. So now we're going to create the governor himself. So we're just going to go ahead and paste all of this information here, and then we're going to update it as we go. So we've got the number 723. He doesn't have a name yet. His race, according to this, is Libyan. Type, patrician. Avatar rarity, common. Wax rarity is rare. Okay, we're going to keep that at rare. Civilian, he doesn't have any fighting stats. He doesn't have a tagline. We're going to need to give him a tagline. So, oops. Let's go ahead and give him leave that blank and fill that out. Lore, he doesn't have a date of birth, or place of birth or a story yet. So we're going to remove that and add that. he does have an OpenSea link, so we'll add that here. Okay, there we go. Convert that to link. And he doesn't have his card yet made, so we will fix that and figure that out. So for now, we need to think of a name. We need to think of a backstory to go around this character. So this is where the creative stuff comes in. This is where the real action happens. Okay, so in order to do this, we're going to have to think for a bit here. Okay, so how is he connected to everybody? Where does he come from? Okay, so he's got date of birth, Zora Nimrod's date of birth with 2141. So he should be somewhere around that, but maybe a little bit older. Let's just do 2135 for the sake of argument. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our chat GPT. Let's open up the previous guy that we did. Where was he here? Okay, this is where we were working on Neo Carthage. So let's, now that we have this feed, we have all of this history of stuff we've done here on this GPT, all of the work for developing this Neo Carthage experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue using this same thread so that ChatGPT can reference the things that we've done before, and it knows about the game and about the experience, so it can recommend and suggest things accordingly. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to say, okay, now we have a new character. He is the corrupt governor of Neo Carthage. So it already knows what Neo Carthage is, so we don't have to explain again from scratch what Neo Carthage is, because it already knows, basically. So we have this new character. He's the corrupt governor of Neo Carthage. What else we can do is we can put his picture here. Okay, I don't know if that really makes a difference, but we do it anyway. Okay, so see his picture attached. So it can utilize that image to try and give us suggestions on about him. Okay, so we need to talk about him a little bit. So he sits as the governor of Neo Carthage, and he was personally placed there by the Emperor, Caligula, because that's the character in the game that the Emperor in the game that we're making. But we're gonna say placed there by the clone Emperor. Clone Emperor Caligula, who is a clone version of the original Caligula. Okay, let's say when he's born. He was born in, what did we say? 2135? 35 AD. Okay. So what about him? All right, so where did he come from? How did he get there? How did he get to be close to Caligula? Let's ask it to suggest something. So first of all, we're going to tell it this, and then we're going to say, okay, give us some suggestions for how he could have gotten into power, referencing some of the best neo-noir, cyberpunk-esque, dark comedy literature, such as and stuff from good crime authors and historical fiction writers. All right. So this path to power should be a corrupt one, but also an interesting and unique one. So list a bunch of suggestions so that we can develop this character's backstory accordingly. Okay, there we go. Let's see what it does now. Also, we want to make sure, don't draw a picture of him. Just use the picture I attached as a reference to get a feel for the character. Alright, now let's see what it does. One gripe I have about ChatGPT is how slow it actually is. It's really slow. I mean, we're paying for the ChatGPT 4. I think it's like something like $25 a month or something like that. You know, but you'd think when you're paying for something, you would get a little bit better quality of, at least with respect to speed from it. Okay, so he's giving us now some suggestions for how this guy could have got to power. Oh, I like it. Okay, Puppet Ascension. Essentially a low-level bureaucrat. He was handpicked for his pliability. Alright, they orchestrated a scandal to oust the previous governor using deep fake holograms and a network of hacked personal drones, positioning him as a reform candidate in the subsequent emergency election. Already, I'm loving it. Already, it's really drawing from some really interesting story arcs. And you could see, you know, based on the things that I've told it, you know, where it's referencing from. Because if you don't tell it this kind of a thing, if you don't tell it where to reference, it'll just pull from everywhere. It'll pull from the same places that everyone else asks it, right? So you got to be really tricky with ChatGPT and your prompt engineering and be clever about how you're going to get it to spit out what you actually want. Okay, so let's see what, there's quite a few suggestions here, so it's going to have to kind of read these here. Okay, so we've got the Puppet Ascension, blackmail bargaining, discovered encrypted data relating to clues of listed polling activities, and uses blackmail into power. Okay, no, I don't like that one. Okay, otherwise Caligula would want him gone. Okay, now the gladiatorial gauntlet, former champion of their own cyborg fighting rings. No. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. So it's not going to be this one. Holographic heist. Using advanced holographic technology, framed the previous governor for embezzlement and conspiracy against the empire by projecting fabricated holographic evidence during a high-profile Senate hearing. It seems to be similar to number 1, but I like number 1 better. AI-assisted subterfuge. The aid of a rogue AI manipulated the digital records and social credit system of Neokarth, creating a false narrative of his heroism and the incompetence of his rival, swinging public opinion in his favor. Alright, I kind of like that one. I kind of like it. Memory manipulation. Employing illicit neuro-hacking techniques, he erased and replaced the memories of key political figures, making them believe he was the rightful heir to the governorship, beloved public servant for years. I don't know, because there's no heir to the governorship, I don't think, here. Virtual Vice. He ran a virtual reality den that catered to the darkest desires of Neo-Carthage's elite, gathering up virtual evidence. Oh, so it's going to the Epstein. It's going into an Epstein route here. All right. Okay. Virtual Vice. He ran a virtual reality den that catered to the darkest desires of Neo-Carthage's elite, gathering up virtual evidence of their depravities. He used it to coerce their support in his bid for power. All right, that makes him a real dirty bird, and I like it. Okay, we've got number 1 and number 7 here. Okay, temporal tampering. Having stumbled upon an ancient time travel device, he altered key events in history to ensure his lineage ended up in a position of power, effectively rewriting history. No, because once you get about history rewriting, it gets tricky. I think with the RomanPunk universe or multiverse or whatever you want to call it. It's more about they are unique. They are unique. What's the word? Dimensions. So there's not going to be like any issue with changing history. Like in Back to the Future, one of the things that always annoyed me with a lot of these like time travel movies, like Back to the Future, was just like, okay, when he changes history, well then the newspaper just changes in front of his eyes and the picture fades away. Like, I don't know. I found that kind of stuff weird. With respect to time travel, and we're dealing with time travel essentially here, but with respect to that, I am more along the lines of, okay, you hop to a different dimension and you can change that dimension, but it won't affect your original dimension that you came from, right? So when you're time traveling, you're essentially dimension hopping, you're not changing history. So I'm going to leave that one out. Decadent deception. In a city that venerates wealth, he forged his image as a successful entrepreneur with a series of shell companies and virtual assets. Truth. His empire was a facade profited by the stolen riches of political enemies. Maybe a little bit too boring of a backstory. The clone conspiracy. He struck a deal with a cabal of scientists to create clones of high-ranking officials who were then replaced one by one, ensuring that his rise to power was supported. No, because it's just a... that would be maybe for the Empire, but just considering it's Neo-Carthage, it's sub-empirical, let's just leave that one out. Okay, so we've got here number 7 and number 1. Let's think about those, and maybe we can build off that. It looks like we've got Brucius here in the chat. Hi, welcome, fam. You're the only one I can see in the audience today, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get that giveaway link here so you can have a chance to enter for the wax and polygon assets. All right, looks like we need to get that going here. Okay, 1 second. Let's get that URL for the giveaways. Okay, here's the form. If you're there, Brucius. There you go. You can fill out the form and have a chance. And anyone else who joins can find that form and also enter. All right, so we'll give away some assets. We'll give away some packs, as well as once we create this character on Atomic Hub, we'll give away the mint number 2 of him. So there'll be an opportunity there. If you're the only one, then guys, you get it by default. All right, so let's go back to the stories here, the backstories. Now, the backstories for this character will not be part of it will not be something that plays out in the experience that we're working on. It will be something that will affect how the character behaves and other things in the story that we for when we're building the story that we can refer to, right? Like maybe this character can be blackmailed, or maybe someone from his past can come up and change the course of his life. So, because in the game we're developing, this character is going to be taken down. He's definitely one that's up for assassination. So we will see how that happens. But for now, we just need to create his backstory. Alright, so here, the first one was Puppet Ascension. He was a low-level bureaucrat with a penchant for excess and vice. He was handpicked by the power brokers of the Roman Empire for his pliability. They orchestrated a scandal to oust the previous governor. Using deep fake holograms and a network of hacked personal drones, his team has a reform candidate in the subsequent emergency election. Okay, so this backstory would lend well to the fact that he's just basically a corrupt puppet of the Empire. And Caligula himself handpicked him to be the governor. And where did he come from? He came from nothing, but because, okay, he likes to gamble and he likes to hooer around, they were able to pick him. All right, so there we've got that one, and then the other one is a little bit of a Jeffrey story. He ran a virtual reality den that catered to the darkest desires of Neo-Carthage's elite, gathering enough virtual evidence of their depravities used to coerce their support and for power. The only thing that I don't like about this one is that if this were this case, if this were his backstory, then our experience would have to include, you know, there would have to be some retribution. So we would have to build into the story like how these guys are going to get back at him. But I think number one is probably the best, just based on the fact that it fits within what we're doing. So let's tell it now that we're going to use number one, but to refine it a little bit. Okay, so we like number one, but let's make a few refinements to it. Alright, so, okay, what do we want to refine about this? Okay, low-level bureaucrat. Okay, I like that. Okay, but first of all, we want to define what low-level bureaucrat he was. Give some suggestions. Okay, number two, we want to, okay, a penchant for excess and vice. Specifically, what was he into? Gambling and whores? Or drugs? Or what? Give some suggestions for this, considering the retro-futuristic cyberpunk derivative setting. Okay, what else do we want to do here? Okay, so he was handpicked by the power brokers of the Roman Empire for his pliability. Okay. He was handpicked by Caligula. Okay. But how would Caligula have gotten to know him? And what is it about him that makes him so pliable? Does Caligula have dirt on him? Let's hash this out a bit more. Okay, what else do you want to say about this one? They orchestrated a scandal to oust the previous governor using deep fake holograms and a network of hacked personal drones. Alright, let's see now. This one, okay. What kind of scandal did Caligula and his cronies orchestrate in order to get rid of the previous governor? Be specific and give some suggestions about what could have been done using deep fake holograms and a network of hacked personal drones. Okay, let's see what it spits out for us now. This is where it can get interesting. Again, we've got the slow ass chat GPT here. All right, well, this is doing this. Let's go into our Photoshop, and we're going to build a wax card for this character. So he is a rare character. So let's open up the rare template we have here. Let's remove JR Catacomber, and let's add our new guy who is yet to be named. Okay, perfect. I always like to do the names last once we've figured out the backstory, because the name can have a lot to do with, the name relates to the character's story, right? So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and remove this for now. Okay, and then he is a Libyan patrician. Okay. We also have to mention something about how he's not actually from Carthage. He was brought in. So to deal with the fact that he's a Libyan, he's not exactly from the place, so he was an import. Okay, we don't have a quote for him yet either, so we're going to need to get that. Let's just leave that blank for now. All right, so here we go back to the GPT. Okay, so here we go. Now it's answering our questions. So, what do we got here? We've got bureaucratic beginnings. Okay, customs officer. Okay, there's a customs officer overseeing the imports at the spaceport. He's known for turning blind in exchange for his cut of the contraband. Okay, census administrator. He manipulated population data to benefit certain districts, creating phantom citizens to siphon off resources and erase debts of influential in return for favors. Sanitation supervisor. All right. In charge of the disposal of tech waste, he secretly sold valuable components in the black market, building a network of unsavory contacts and amassing wealth. I like it. All right, vices. He was a regular in the neon-lit gambling dens, betting on high-stakes virtual races. Unfortunately, lost the flicker of an AI competitor. His appetite for pleasure was satiated in the company of android courtesans, each customized to resemble historical figures of notorious repute. His private quarters resembled an alchemist lab stocked with designer drugs that promised experiences ranging from the depths of Nero's debaucheries to the heights of Alexander's conquest. I like that. All right. Pliable populate. Caligula could have come to know him through the gambling circuits where the future governor accrued significant debts playing high-stakes games organized for the elite. Caligula, intrigued by his knowledge of the city's underbelly and in desperation, saw an opportunity to control him. Oh, okay. ChatGPT, you're doing me a solid here. His pliability stemmed from his ambition outstripping his means, along with a well-documented record of illicit dealings and a fear of losing his hedonistic lifestyle. Caligula even held evidence of his darkest dealings as leverage. Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. It knows me. All right, and an orchestrated scandal. The previous governor was implicated in a fabricated security breach. Deepfake holograms showed him colluding with extraterrestrial pirates, planning to sell the city's defense codes. Drones hacked to bear his digital signature were found in compromising locations, carrying payloads of illegal weapons, implicating him in a plot to stage a coup. Another possibility is a moral scandal. The previous government was depicted in deepfake holograms and comprising situations with androids modeled after secret historical figures. Okay, each of these refinements helps paint a picture. Yeah, okay, I like it. So, okay, let's just go with that then. Let's go with it. Usually, I have to give it a hell of a lot more refinement language in order to get to where we want, but it looks like we have a pretty solid baseline here. So now what I do is, you can see here on our website, all of the characters' backstories have been written in the same format, with the same syntax, and pretty much generally the same length. So with this information, what I'm going to do is plug some previous ones that it's done, and then say, okay, we're going to need a similar backstory written in the same length and style and syntax as these other ones. So let's go back here. Now I think we did the same thing. Okay, here. So let's go like this. Copy that, and then we're going to paste it here. Okay. Oh, but we don't have the character's name yet. Okay. Okay, we're gonna need the character's name first. Actually, that's crazy. I really didn't realize that we needed the name. Okay, duh. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Now we're going to need some names. Okay, okay. I like all of this. First I need to tell it which one we're going to go with. Let's go with I like the sanitation supervisor because that shows that he was kind of a real scumbag that worked his way up from literally the beginnings. But he was, from a pile of trash. Let's go with the sanitation supervisor. And let's go with both of the vices and excesses that you suggest. Let's go with both bullet points that suggested in number 3. And for number 4, let's go with bullet point 1. Now let's go with bullet point 2, because we did mention here his private quarters resemble an alchemist lab, and experience designer drugs that promise experiences ranging from the depths of nearest debauchery. So if we no, okay, moral scandal or security breach. Let's go with bullet point 1, but instead of extraterrestrial pirates, let's make it alien and cyborg. Let's make it extraterrestrial aliens and their cyborg earthly implants. Okay. Now we're going to need a name for him too. So give a list of suggested names, both first name and last name, that capture the essence of his story, as well as the theme and setting. Okay, suggest names that have a conflux of ancient Phoenician, Carthaginian, and North African origins, plus the cyberpunk-esque styles per authors like Philip K. Dick, Neil Stevenson, William Gibson, and others. All right, let's see what it comes up with now. All right, we also, what else can we add here? Okay, we don't have the name. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're going to get, let's see what it comes up with now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't need the preface. Okay, Cyrex, Tennis, Hologrid, Ball Vortex, Sidon, Bitech, Karth, Axion, Neuralis, Hano, Dot, Stream, Mago, Codec, Gisco, Pixelus, Elisar, Shadowcast, Rakim, Siberian, Phoenix, Darkwave, Ahinadab, Scriptos, Kanan, Silicon. Okay, okay. Now, I don't like how all of these names have some kind of technology thing written into them, so let's try it again. Try it again, but I don't like the surnames and how they are quasi-tech. Keep them more real and make them catchy. Let's see what it does now. Let's see. Uthman, Eshman, Astrobal, Nabid, Hamil, Cyrus, Kanan, Rakim, Mago. I think some of these names we've already used. Taniz, Malak, Gisgo. Okay. Karth, Morex, Malak, Cyrix, Tanis, Halon, Zidon, Virex, Kath, Morex, Karth, Adon, Neth, Hanno, Valor, Mago, Drax. Alright, what I have to do is I have to pull up the, now I have to pull up the database to make sure that I haven't used any of these names before. So, because we don't want to have, let me just open up another window here. Please bear with me. That was display. I want to go add. Window capture, Excel, there we go. All right, you can see that now. Okay, so here we have the list of all of the RomanPunk characters. So we want to make sure that we haven't used any of them here. So, Hamel, too close to, yeah, no, okay, he is not Carthaginian, actually. He is Libyan, Mauritanian, from further west and south in Africa. So try to capture the essence of names from this region in ancient history instead of Carthage and Phoenicia, as I said earlier, right? Because we don't want him to contrast. The fact is, like, one of the reasons why this character is so deplorable is that the heroes of the game, the Carthaginians, they want to get rid of him partly because, well, he's not even from there. He doesn't even represent them. So we're going to need some, another similar name that's not so similar to like what Hannibal has. All right, some of these names we have also used, such as Jugurtha. Also, we don't want the name to be too like Arabic because that came later, right? So let's see: Siri, Syphax, Zarek, Balkas, Gaia, Belisar, Yusuf, Druba. Okay, so let's see here. Try some names that are based on characters from cyberpunk, science fiction, and alternate history, retro, futuristic literature, and bring that into the suggestions. Also, minimize the names that are Arabic sounding. So let's try that now. Alright, now these are starting to sound a little bit closer to what we're going for here. Now, he's a bad guy, so we don't want it to be too like heroic sounding. Okay, keep in mind that this character is deplorable and bad, so we don't want any names that have some kind of heroic connotation to them. So let's see if it will remove those ones. All right, I'm starting to like these names more now. Just by looking at them, I can tell these are more along the lines of what we're looking for. Okay, now we want ones that are not too common. Remove the names that have been used in very famous circumstances, such as Bane, and remove the names that are too basic and descriptive, such as Shadow and Venom. Okay, so let's try it again. Alright, I like Mordax. Okay, let's see if we've used the name Mordax. It sounds like we might have. Mordax. We don't have a Mordax, so we could go with Mordax. That's one possibility. Mordax, Moros. Mordax Moros, Mordax, Vantus, Draven, Kronar, Sable, Graven, Varus, Rancor, Dusk, Xanthus, Obsidian, Strife, Ravage, Malik, Grim. Okay, let's just do a quick search. Mordax name. Let's see if it's been used. Oh, baby name meanings. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, it's a species of scorpion found in North America. An offbeat nature name with the punchy X factor. Oh man, anyone who names their child Mordax has got some issues, I must say, Emma Waterhouse. Okay, let's go. Let's stick with Mordax for now. I like it. I like the fact that it's a scorpion. That's pretty cool because it's definitely a shifty character that we're dealing with here. Okay, what about a surname? Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's tell it. Let's go with Mordax, but we need some surnames that are that go well with that first name. They should have a good ring to them, if you know what I mean. I don't know if it knows what I mean, but hey, there's only one way to find out, right? Mordax, Sardon, Valor, Creel, Mordax. Okay, I don't like any of those. Dig deeper and try some others, even if they are a bit longer. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, Brucius, are you enjoying the Chat GPT session here? It's doing us a solid. It really is an effective tool. But again, you know, it's the tool, it's not the answer in itself. So, you know, you gotta know how to work with it. You gotta know how to play with it. Mordax, all right. Now we're starting to get some names here. Mordax, that one's too hard to read. Torvidian, Faltorius, Mordax. Two, maybe, yeah, no, these names, maybe these names are too glorious sounding. Let's see what else it can do. Brucius, what are you using ChatGPT for? These ones sound too much like a fantasy novel or something, like Lord of the Rings. Keep it more in our retro-futuristic, cyberpunk-esque vein. getting a name is important. So I don't want to just take the first name that I see. I always have to consider very much the power of the name. And when I see it, I know it. That's the thing. Okay, I like Vexler. I like that one. Okay, now let's try and inject a sense of ancient North Africa into the names and see how you do. Let's swing it back. Swing it right back. Oh, now it doesn't like me. Okay, let's try that again. Sometimes it just decides to not work anymore. And it says, sorry guys, you've really pushed us too far. We've decided that you're done here. Okay, but another try made it work. All right. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. Mordax Kadar, Mordax Numer, Mordax Kadar. I think I'm more like the ones from this. Let's see here. When we do want to go do we want to go double M? Do we want to go Mordax Moros? Do we want to go Mordax? Do 2 M's? Okay, let's see. Let's make the surname start with M also and try that. So if we can go Mordax and then a surname that ends in M, considering he's, one of the primary antagonists in the game, we want the name to be kind of snazzy. Okay, these names are too Arabic sounding. Make them more per the setting and theme of the story. Let's see what it does. It's gonna pull back from everything and say, try to understand what we're meaning by the setting and theme of the story. But let's, aligning more closely with cyberpunk and thematic setting, yes. Mordax Meridian, Artist Matrix, Moro. Morpheus, 2 done. Okay, now let's go back here. I think I was okay with Moros. What about Mordax Moros? Okay, did we use the name Moros? Let's check that. So I think that's a good name. I like the sound of it. Oh, we've already used Moros. Okay, we can't use Moros here. Damn. Okay. We've already used the name Moros. We've already used the name Moros for another character. Give some more options. Okay, try again. Moros, Mordax, Mirage, Mordax, Mazar. Mazar is pretty good. I like that one. Mordax, Mazar. We don't have a Mazar. And then we have Zoran Nimrod and Mordax Mazar. I like it. Maybe we just go with that. Mazar. Okay, we haven't used that name, so it's available. So let's try, how about Nordax Mezar? Okay, ChatGPT, you're breaking down on me. Stop it. Stop it. That's a compelling choice, thank you. All right, so that's the name. Let's go with that one then. Okay, now what we've got to do is we're gonna have to get the backstory written out for him in the way, formatted in the way we need. Okay, so now let's paste this. Okay, now write a bio for Mordax Nazar in the style, length, tone of the following examples. So we've got these examples. Let's give him a couple more examples, actually. Okay, here's one. Just so it has consistency across the RomanPunks universe, multiverse, or whatever you want to call it. Here's some more examples. And we want it to capture the essence of the other stories that we've done before. Most of these actually have been written by me because they were done before ChatGPT was around. So this is capturing the essence of my work and my writings and getting ChatGPT to produce something similar to what I have done, rather than just, you know, having it do something from, you know, its own reference. So we're getting it to refer to my own writing as a way to help it create something that is closer to what I would do, rather than to just what it's going to do. And it didn't like that. Let's try and regenerate that. Great. Just had to let the dog out. Okay, so born 2135 AD in the outlying settlements of Neo-Carthage, Mordax clawed his way from the murky depths of local governance as a sanitation supervisor, leveraging a combination of cunning vice and station flanger for power, seduced early by the excessive cybernetic enhancement and list filled of underground gladiator betting rings. Mordax's path to prominence was paved with betrayal and dark alliances. Handpicked by clone Emperor Caligula, thanks to a scandal of deepfakes, holograms, and hacked drones he orchestrated, Mordax now served as the governor of Neo-Carthage, a puppet ensnared by the strings of his Roman overlords. Amidst luxury and corruption, he remains blissfully unaware of the seeds of rebellion germinated in the city's underbelly, led by clone Hannibal, poised to reclaim the glory that once was Carthage's. And that pretty much sums it up quite well. We're going to say this is excellent. 10 out of 10, thank you, but we need it to be shorter. The length should be similar to those in the examples I shared above. Because that's just TLDR here. We need it to be, you know, fit within this size of a box. Right? Because it's like people aren't going to read any more than this. If it's more than one or two sentences, then nobody's going to read that. So, you know, we've got to keep it as economical as possible. All right, born 31 AD in Neo-Carthage's outskirts. Mordax Mezar, you know, he's not born in Neo-Carthage though. He wasn't born in Neo-Carthage. He was born in, okay, Libya. Okay, what were the main Roman cities in Libya? Okay, Leptis Magna, that was the big one, right? So let's go with Leptis Magna. Now, I think we've used Leptis Magna here as well. Let's just check. Yeah, so other characters have been born in Leptis Magna too. So I just like to have that consistency across the multiverse of RomanPunks. So let's go with Leptis Magna. Okay. And then then let's get it to try that again. Oh, stop it. Be good. Descended from, I like lowly. Leveraging his indulgence in vice and knack for deception. Chosen by clone Emperor Caligula amidst a deep fake scandal, Mordax luxuriates in cybernetic splendor, and clandestine gambles. Meanwhile, the clone Hannibal marshals a rebellion in the underbelly of Neo Carthage, poised to topple his lavish, corrupt rule. Alright. I like that. I don't like rebels and cybernetic excess and around bets. Okay, I like the second one better, but use lowly to describe the sanitation supervisor position. Okay, I'm not sure if I like leveraging his indulgence for vice and knack for deception. Lever is too vague. Can you be more clear about this, but also keep the length short? Alright, okay, now I like this better. It's shorter, to the point. Okay, let's just read it again. Okay, born 2135 and leftist Magnum Mordax rose from a lowly sanitation supervisor. Ascended from a, what did it say here? Rose from a lowly sanitation supervisor. Okay, rose from, shouldn't it say being a lowly? Okay, that's okay. Rose from a lowly sanitation supervisor to Neo Carthage's, to the governor of Neo Carthage through cunning and vice, notably through gambling and manipulative plots. I don't like this. I don't like this. Can you try and reword it to be more clear? If you're in the chat and you're just joining, make sure and fill out the form in the chat if you want to enter the giveaway. We're creating characters here on the stream, and there will be a chance to win a mint of him once we have created him. Warren looked ascended from a lowly sanitation to exploiting his addiction to gambling and skill in political manipulation. Handpicked by clone Emperor Caligula following a fabricated scandal, Mordax luxuriates in his power. I like how it said luxurious corrupt reign. However, rebellion led by clone Hannibal brews beneath the city, poised to challenge his reign. I like this one better. So let's combine this. So let's go with this part. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to add his story here. We're going to go Leptis Magna. Born 2135 AD in Leptis Magna, Mordax ascended from a lowly sanitation supervisor to governor of Neo Carthage, exploiting his addiction to gambling and skill in political manipulation. Exploited his addiction to vice and skill in political manipulation. Handpicked by clone Emperor Caligula following a fabricated scandal to oust the previous governor. Mordax luxuriates in his power. Okay, we're going to have to say, yet beneath the city, a clone Hannibal leads a rebellion threatening his opulent dominion. Okay, there we go. Yeah, beneath the city, a clone Hannibal leads a rebellion threatening his opulent dominion. Perfect. Alright, there we go. We've got a backstory. Now we need a tagline for him. This I find to be the trickiest part, actually. Yes, Blue Tulip, I have broken ChatGPT many times here. Many times. Okay, now we are going to need a tagline, quote, one-liner for him. Okay. Where did we say that before? Okay, here we're going to do it like this. Okay, now let's see what it comes up with. Ooh, it has to analyze? Ooh. You know it's getting busy when it's analyzing. It's got a lot of analyzing to do, apparently. Quit analyzing so much, damn it. You're taking all day. I don't know why it's doing it like this. Why would it do it like this? Okay, let's just try that again. That was really weird. We're gonna tell it to stop. Okay. Can you do that without analyzing? What's going on, ChatGPT? Did you really break? Alright, well it did give me some quotes here. In the shadows of vice I found my throne. Oh. Oh, I like these. Every empire has its shadows. I merely made mine a throne. The art of deception is the governor's best tool. Luxury is not a reward for the timid. A true ruler manipulates not just the game, but its players. Alright, well, let's see what else we can come up with here. Are those just the same, the ones that you shared with me earlier here? Okay, now I like these, but add a flavor of cyberpunk retro futurism by channeling some quotes from the most famous books written in those genres. Let's see what it can do with this information. Why are you so slow? I read way faster than that. All right. So he's not the emperor, so you can't say my empire. I kind of like this one. But I like it to be, you know, in third person without the I. I kind of like every empire has its shadows, but he's not the king, so he can't have the throne. Luxury is not a reward for the timid. A true ruler manipulates not just the game, but its players. This kind of captures the essence of him. I might go with that one. Let's try and riff on this one and give some more suggestions. Blue Tulip likes it too. Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks for your feedback. No, now it's just being too verbose and trying to give too much information. I think the one we have is short and sweet already. Okay, let's go with a true ruler manipulates not just the game, but its players. Okay. These are all just too wordy. And they're just basically synonyms for the same thing, right? Okay, let's go with that. So let's add that as his tagline. We've got his name now. His name is Mordax Mazar. So let's put his name on here. Okay, there we go. He's got a backstory. Add the backstory into the post here. Okay, we'll finish doing all of this stuff later. Let's go back to the wax card and let's mint the wax card. So first, let's go and Mordax. What was it again? Mazar. Mazar. Okay, so there's his name. Okay, just center that. Okay, and then let's go and add his tagline here. Okay, where is it? Okay. Nice. Okay, there we go. A nice three-liner. Put that into the middle here. Center that out. All right, looks like we've got a wax card. So let's save him. And where are we? Packs. So he is number 723. 723. Mordax Mazar. Libyan patrician. You can't see what I'm typing right now, but I'm basically just in Photoshop. All right, let's go export this to the folder. Okay, there it goes. Okay, now let's go back here and then let's replace this image with his image. Okay, there he is. Now we're going to have to mint him on Wax. So let's go to the Wax blockchain. Here we are. And let's go to templates. And we're going to create a new template. Okay, he's a civilian. And then we're going to upload his image here. Okay, max supply 512 for this rarity. Okay, Mordax Mazar is his name. Let's just go here, 723. Okay, and 723. Rarity, he's rare. Type, he is a patrician. Race, he is a Libyan. Description, that's where we add this tagline. Back image, we need to paste that in there. Okay. And didn't go. Copy and paste, and then variant A. All right, so now let's just double check. Mordax Mazar. Mordax Mazar. 723 rare patrician Libyan. There it is. Okay, he's ready to be created. There we go. Let's create him. We're going to have to do some blockchain stuff here. So let's enter our password. Okay, and boom, 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 boom. Looks like we have successfully created a template. So nice. Nice. Okay, so now we've got to mint a couple NFTs. So we will give away one of these guys. So make sure and fill out the form if you haven't already for a chance to win one. Before we do that, we're just going to go here and finish this. So let's just add the template to the website entry. So here's the link here. Okay, we also have to fit this information in here: civilian, patrician, and human. Libyan? There's no Libyan? Okay, perfect. Okay, human. There is no Libyan yet. Okay, so be it. Libyan, human, patrician, civilian. Okay, here we go. Libyan. There we go. And then let's just upload his image here. You can see what it takes to create all of these characters. We put a lot of time and effort into doing all of this stuff here. Mordax. Mazar, Libyan, patrician. Okay, let's just add this information here. Set that. That's good. Now we got to add this to the meta description. RomanPunk 723. Okay, there he goes. He's on the website. Now, this isn't on the blockchain. This is just on our website. So this is still Web 2, but the purpose of having all of this stuff on the website is that once we take our OpenSea collection and we, because this is an old OpenSea collection, it needs to be redone. It needs to be converted into a real collection. So once we do that, then we'll be able to add all the information from the characters that we're creating into the metadata for on the blockchain. It's just that we have to finish all 1,000 characters first before we can migrate this collection. So that's what we need to do. It looks like we're ready to post this. All of the information is on there. It's all ready to go. So let's go ahead and publish this. All right, here he is. Mordax Mazar. There it is, all of this information. There's the links. All right, there he is on the website. Okay, so now what's left for us to do with him? We're going to have to we're going to have to list him. What I have been doing is, for anybody who's interested in picking up characters that I have created, I've been dropping them at 0.01 Ether. For anyone that is interested in supporting the project. So you can pick up this character if you want. What I'll do is I will just list him for a few days in case no one buys him. We don't want to kill the floor of the project. 0.01, we're going to list him for 7 days. That should be enough. Okay, there we go. Okay, listed for 0.01 Ether. All right, there he is. Okay, so now what we need to do is create a, we're going to have to create a post on Twitter about him. So what did we do the last time we created a character? Oh man, one of the most annoying things about Twitter is how you can't easily copy and paste into it. Okay, so here, okay, here we go. I post it like this. Okay, let's just copy all of this information. See, I should be able to copy and paste all of this in here, right? But I can't. Let's go like this, and we're gonna quote tweet it, and then I'm gonna paste. See, look at this garbage. What kind of fucking bullshit garbage is this? Why doesn't it paste it so that we can, you know? Now every time I want to do a new post, like, why does it keeps this emoji, but it doesn't, like, what is this shit? You know? What is this shit, right? Like, all I want to do is have to paste the contents from an old post on Twitter so I don't have to write everything out every single time is bollocks, actually. All right, so now what I have to do is I have to go like, okay, I have to go open up another Twitter, and I have to go like manually see what I had done in that post and then copy it that way, which is really annoying, slow, and time consuming. So okay, so let's see if will it copy those emojis. Yeah, but it won't. It only copies one emoji. Okay, let's just go like that. Okay, and then 0.1 ETH. Okay, like this. Okay, his name, he is RomanPunk 723. His name is Mordax Mazar. Right, there he is. Okay, and then let's add the backstory that we just created on there. Okay, so the backstory, here it is. Boom, like that. And what other information do we have here as well? Okay, we want it to go link in comments, follow on Twitch, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then like this. Okay, perfect. Tag the sandbox game, great, okay. Now we need an image for this guy as well for Twitter. So let's go here and let's open up Photoshop, and then let's go to oh ones I did. I used to have it in my history. Drop. Oh, okay. New drop template. There it is. Okay, here we go. So now what we do is we add his image. So let's copy the image. Let's add it here. Okay, put that on there. And then he's number 723. Mordax Mazar. Libyan. Born in, what was it? 2135 AD. 2135 AD. Type patrician. And his tagline is true ruler manipulates not just the game, but its players. All right. And take this here. And just do it like this. Okay. Perfect. That'll do. And then we will save that one. And then we can post it to Twitter. Go back to Twitter. And select the image. There he is. And then we're going to add the link to it. Here he is. Link to the website. And there he goes. So, Mordax Mazar is dropped. And there he goes. Thanks for joining us today on the stream, if you were there. And Blue Tulip says, this looks like you're doing this for the 723rd time. Yeah, actually not quite 723 times because we haven't been doing them in order, but a lot of characters. You can see what it takes we put into the character development. The whole stream, we basically created this character from scratch. We gave him a backstory, we gave him a name, a tagline, and we thought about how he's going to fit into the RomanPunk multiverse. We also minted his card on wax, and we dropped him on OpenSea, and we created a post on Twitter. So you can see the amount of work that we put into creating all of these characters one by one. The next step actually will be to create this character on the sandbox. We're going to start that next week. We're going to be creating all of these 100 characters on the sandbox, and we'll be going to be minting them on the sandbox through catalysts. So we'll be able to be doing giveaways as soon as we create the characters, which will be fun. So yeah, here we go. We've got Mordax Mazar here is now in the. He's now in the list. So this is our list of characters that are going to be created next that we're requesting the catalysts for, so we can mint them and then use them to create our game Carthage Rises. So there you have it. Blue Tulip says, if ChatGPT would be more cooperative. It's amazing that like ChatGPT can already do what it does. I just need a way to plug it into my brain directly, because sometimes it doesn't know exactly what I want, so I have to talk to it. But the cool thing about it is that the more that you talk to it, the more it kind of understands what you know and what you want, at least within each of the specific chats, right? Like, if you go into another chat, it's lost the history of everything that we've talked about in this one. But anyway, it's really cool and fun to use this. The really interesting thing for us is how we started out the project not having ChatGPT. And so now with the use of ChatGPT, we're able to augment what we've already been doing and not totally rely on it to do everything from scratch. So yeah, it's fun stuff. Let's go ahead and see who's filled out the form. And then we can do the draw and the giveaways. All right, we've got responses here. All right, boom, like going to... All right, we've got Blue Tulip and Brucius. All right, looks like we've got the battle of two here. Our two viewers today. It's great to have you guys. Really, we would do this even if we had 0 viewers. So it's nice to have you all. Most of the time we've been building and working on this project, we have had 0 viewers. So I'm trying to do what we've always been doing, but actually do it on stream. So, you know, we have evidence of what we do and also kind of connect with the community a little bit too. So congratulations, Brucius. Today you're going to get yourself a mint of the new character that we created, and you're also going to, I'm also going to throw you a RomanPunk fighter pack your way as well. So thanks for participating and popping in. Usually if we can get more people in the chat, we'll give away some sandbox assets. We have not minted them yet as catalysts with our catalysts, but basically what's happening here is all of the assets that are in this VX collection, there are only 18 items here. These are all grandfathered in, so if you have any of these assets, once we create them as catalysts, with catalysts on the sandbox, you will get it automatically if you have one here. So we'll airdrop it to you if you own one on this VX. As well, when we're creating the new characters for the new stories that we're making, we'll start doing giveaways for those guys in lieu of these. So until we've minted with our catalysts the new characters, we're going to still be giving away these. But I'd like to have at least 5 viewers in the stream in order to give away the VX and sandbox pieces, but we'll always be giving away lots of wax stuff. So thanks for sharing and joining, y'all, and look forward to seeing you at the next one. Let's see who we can raid first. Oh, Tempest. All right, we're totally raiding Tempest. Tempest Studios. DFW? Okay. There we go. Raid Tempest Studios DFW. All right, we're raiding. Let's go raid them. Fellas fam. Woo! Raid now.